Kirk with Histories, Mysteries Interviews. Tonight I have a very interesting duo with me that's sure to make a very heated debate. Our first guest came to power in England in 1625 after the death of his brother, Prince Henry. After disbanding Parliament and attempting to rule without them, he tried to implement new laws and taxes that many of the nobles in Parliament refused to obey. He introduced England to the Anglican Church of Scotland, known today as Presbyterians. His controversial decisions and laws made his rule an unsuccessful one, as he became known as being responsible for wars with Scotland and then civil wars within England. His disastrous reign eventually led him to his beheading under the charges of high treason. To many, he is a martyr for the people of England, while others see him as a failed king that brought nothing but war to his people. Please welcome King Charles of England.
Hello, Miss Kirk.
Our next guest rose from the middle class of English society to be Lord Protector of England, Scotland, and Ireland, and he was the only non-royal ever to hold that position. He is known for taking a leading role in bringing about Charles I's death. When he then undertook the most brutal military conquest ever. He defeated a degree of religious freedom which was otherwise unknown in England before the last 100 years. But the experiment he led collapsed within 2 years of his death, as his corpse dangled from a post at Tyburn. He was, and still remains, one of the most controversial figures in world history. Please welcome General Oliver Cromwell.
Hi, Katie.
To start off, how do you two fine gentlemen cross paths in history?
Well,
He killed me, Katie.
all of Parliament wanted you dead. It wasn't just me.
Yeah, but you were the one who sentenced me to death with high treason and signed my death warrant.
You deserved it!
No, I did not deserve it at all.
Now, gentlemen, we can discuss both sides of your story later. But first, King Charles. This all started at the beginning of your reign, when you decided that you wanted to rule without Parliament. What were your reasonings behind this decision?
Well, Miss Kirk, I believe, and still do to this day, in the divine right theory of kings. To go into a bit of depth, it basically says that kings get their authority from God himself. Not that kings are God or have the power of God, but that they have the power to create whatever laws or rules they see fit, because God has given them their earthly power. Parliament, however, does not have this authority, so the king should be able to rule without any hindrance from an outside authority. Overall, it means I had the power to do what I believed was best, because God gave me that power. But Mr. Cromwell over here did not share that power.
Alright, well, Mr. Cromwell, care to respond?
Yes, Katie. King Charles is wrong in believing the divine right theory. Power of a country should have been divided by the king, parliament, and the military. It is for this reason that I believed it was necessary to interject with these political affairs and take over.
It says here that you came to power by first taking over Parliament because of your military rank, then killing off all those in Parliament that disagreed with you, and essentially killing King Charles I, creating a commonwealth in England as Lord Protector, ruling mainly by your military force. Do you still agree with your decisions concerning Parliament and the execution of King Charles?
Yes, Katie, and I'll tell you why. The king had too much power and England needed reform. No one person should have too much power, so I believed it was necessary to execute the man that held that power and held this kingdom back. In regards to getting rid of those who disagreed with me in Parliament, it was the only way to create a solid government in England. I ruled with an iron fist only to create order from the chaos King Charles had brought to England.
King Charles, care to defend yourself?
Yes, I would. Mr. Cromwell, I know you believe that I created many of the problems England had, but I inherited most of the problems from my father. The system was in jeopardy before I came to power, and my actions were meant to bring order. You may not have agreed with my methods of absolute power with no parliament, but they had good intentions, which is why many believe that I am a martyr.
Are there any last words you two gentlemen would like to exchange?
Shh. Not words, Katie. Not words. Actions. Give me love. Love, bro. I'm sorry, too.
Okay, well, to wrap things up, how do you two see your lives affecting our modern-day government?
Well, my idea of dividing the power between many people is seen today in the executive, legislative, and judicial branches in your US government. The system is actually better than the one I tried to create as Lord Protector in England. Although I did not create this exact system, I believe my ideas of no one true ruler are reflected in it.
Well, many of my ideas are not seen too much today, except for the President issuing an executive order, which bypasses the House and the Senate. My belief in the divine right theory is mostly gone from today's society, but I still believe it is true today.
Thank you, gentlemen, for this exclusive interview with Histories and Mysteries.
Thank you, Katie.
And thank you to all of you who are joining us at home. Katie Kirk signing off for Histories Mysteries. Good night.
Good night.